everybody, and welcome. Almost had a spill there. How is everybody today? I hope they're having a great. If you guys like dark fantasy, check out my book, Call of the Elements, Book 1, A Missing Princess. It is in 2 parts. It is the start of Ashta's journey on becoming an elemental guardian, which she meets Roman, Ray, and Raya along the way, which they become the elemental guardians. It's their journey to save their world. Lots of action, lots of surprises, pop-up characters. It's really a good read. So, check out my book. I'm not re-recording this. We're just going to leave it. How about that? Book 1 and Book 2 are available on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and hardback. I am currently working on Book 3, Part 1. That will be my next installment out, but please check out my books. I click the link in below. I'm linking my website and the link to the first book, so check that out. Thank you. That would be greatly appreciated. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about how my process starts. And feel free to ask any questions about becoming an indie author. I will answer as many as I can. If we can't figure it out, we will figure it out together. I think I have coffee on my face. Karma, why didn't you tell me I had coffee on my face? Freaking cat. Anyway, so I was at the laundromat the other day, and I go to the same laundromat, and this guy was like, I see you here all the time, and you're always writing. And so I showed him my books and everything, and he asked me a question. He was like, well, how do you write? Like, do you just start writing? And I know I talked about this in one of my videos before, but I wanted to get more deep into it. So my process starts off, of course, I watch TV shows, I read books, and watch movies. Of course, you saw Thor, Love and Thunder. Excellent movie. Love Thor. Gotta check it out. So my thought process, so this comes more deep into it, and I got a correct folder this time, and not my group folder. This was probably once a group folder, but it has turned into my series folder where I stick all the notes. Now, when I start this, I'm going to tell you, this is the hardest part that I have. I cannot write a blurb to save my life. I still got to work on the blurb for book 1 because I don't think that it's really eye-catching and grabbing people's attention, but I don't know. We'll see what my editor says. So when I'm coming up with ideas for a story, I write them down. Put bullet points, put little notes, just to get an idea of what kind of story that I want to write. And then I move on to actually writing down, how do I put this? Like writing down the plot scenes, but I don't plot it out to how the book is gonna go. I do separate things for different characters, separate storylines for different characters. I know I showed in my previous video more about how I do the storylines. I have book 3 right now, which I do not have my binder. Be right back. Always gotta come prepared. Don't forget that. Always be prepared. Still working on it. So with the series, I went ahead and I got a binder, and I went ahead and loose paper everywhere. I went ahead and I got like the different books for book 3. This is just book 3, and I put a little bit of book 4 in there because I kind of started on that. Spoiler alert. So what I do is I go ahead and I start writing out the storyline. It's all crossed out. But I start writing the storyline on the different characters, and then I put them all together, and then I write how I want the book to go in order. And that step's taken care of. And it's all a process. And so after that, I go ahead and I get myself my handy dandy notebook. Yes, I'm stealing from Blue's Clues. And then what I do is I write the story first in the first part. Like, I get the 5-star 3 to 5 subject notebooks, and what I do is I'll first write the story out, first time, rough draft. And then what I do is I'll go to either the second or third, fourth or fifth, whatever's left. Oh, I also have a color guide for my chapters, what pen I want to use for the next chapter. I know, crazy, right? And then after I write the first rough draft, I go ahead and write the second rough draft. And as you can see, it's crossed out because this is the draft that I type up. And once I type it up, I run it through Grammarly, which is a very good editing program. And then I send it over to my editor to make sure that I have caught all the mistakes, because you really don't want to read a book and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Having an editor, I can't stress it enough. It is very important to have an editor, especially if you want to succeed in this industry. Once I get everything typed up and I run it through the editor program, run it by my editor, after my editor sends me back my manuscript, I go ahead and run another Grammarly check. Just in case everything is set, I reread the book to make sure all the characters are still good in the right places. I haven't used too many words like she, he, the names and stuff like that. Like, there's ways you can work around it so you're not saying like, he said and he stared at her. No, the correct way would say it would be like, he said and stared at her, instead of adding that extra he. Just a little tip on like stuff that I've learned. During the process, I've been writing my whole life. But during this process, this recent process, ever since I came home, I have been nonstop learning how this industry changes so much. So there's so much to learn, so much new stuff to learn. Like, when I read books, like, none of this seemed to be like a big issue. When I first started publishing my books, even though it was a scam company, it just didn't seem like a big issue. Now that I'm in the schematics of it, I'm going to school for it, I'm learning as much as I can about this industry. It is hard work, and it is time consuming, and I have a very good support system, which I'm very thankful for. And you got to sit down and put your mind to it. Now, if you've got things going on at home in your life, and you can't focus, it's okay to take a break. Do not overwork yourself in this industry, because you will get sick of it really fast. By me saying that, I mean is, you will get sick of reading your book. You will get sick of dealing with the same book over and over and over again. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to give yourself mental space. Look at it this way. It's another world. Just like this world has its problems, those worlds have their problems too. And you need to take a break. Come back to reality. I've learned this because I've worked myself to the bone trying to come up with these chapters and get right on the book writing and stuff like that, and how fast they were coming out, but I wasn't taking my time to edit and everything else. So that is all I have for you today, because I just ran out of things to say, and that's never happened. Well, sometimes. But I really, really hope you guys enjoy this video. I do not have my commentator. She was here in the beginning of the video, and then she took off because I've rearranged her stuff so I could do this. thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sure Karma will make an appearance next video. So don't forget to click subscribe and click the link below and check out Book 1, Call of the Elements. It is my pride and joy to bring you this series. So I hope you guys have a great day. And Karma says bye if you heard that. So bye!